Now you have seen the way forward for the investments, let's look briefly at policies to drive them. The paper has a detailed analysis of policies and delivery models that can be used to drive change, and sets them within the context of the ecological economics model. There are three aspects of change to be addressed as we move to this model. First, natural capital is increasingly valued as the global economy reaches an optimal scale. Second, a fair distribution of resources is encouraged. And third, efficiency is driven by the market in a way that reduces overall non-renewable resource consumption. Policy is clearly needed at global, national and regional scale, and global is really the most difficult. The most promising global initiatives are the Contract and Convergence proposal by Aubrey Mayer for carbon, shown here, and the Shrink and Share proposal by WWF for ecological footprint, and both are complementary to the practical ideas in the paper. Political and technical leadership at national and local level has been shown to be absolutely critical for moving sustainable development forward. The first step anywhere should be the establishment of a clear sustainable development framework with long-term objectives for social, environmental and economic performance. High-quality planning and design can then begin using modelling tools such as integrated resource modelling to plan the infrastructure and land use changes necessary to deliver the outcomes. The next stage is to establish the partnership and funding arrangements for delivery. There is clear evidence that first movers in this transition all over the world are gaining benefit, both at a regional economic level and at a business level, and so there is every reason to start now. The C40 Clinton Climate Initiative is an example of a global partnership to move urban centres in higher income countries in the direction set out in this paper. They are creating global buying clubs to provide huge orders for new technologies. Perhaps we should create our own partnership between smaller UK urban areas. Financing solutions will require long-term infrastructure partnerships between public and private sectors and community groups and NGOs. We are only at the start of the journey, and so learning, research feedback and capacity building are essential. Arup is supporting the creation of a network of research institutes, initially 4 in the UK in Thames Gateway, China in Dongtang, Africa in Kampala and Australia in Melbourne, to help this process forward with outreach partnerships into the research community in each country. Now, returning to those key questions. Yes, it looks as if there is a way of living a modern, attractive lifestyle within environmental limits in 2050. A range of critical infrastructure investments are needed, and these are listed here. With these investments, and a comprehensive change to manufacturing resource efficiency, the target of 80% carbon emissions reduction could also be achieved. I've set out a policy framework and delivery methodology to help drive this forward, with land use planning being essential before engineers can start delivery. Engineers have global experience and are adept at multidisciplinary team working, which will be so essential for success. We can design and deliver these new integrated infrastructure systems, but the task is huge. We will need to train and motivate more young people to join this challenge and be the Brunels of the 21st century. I've shown a first glimpse of the way forward, and what I hope is a credible vision of the future, but it's only a modest start for a long journey. My aim is to help ensure that the Copenhagen Climate Summit in December 2009 will be the moment the world gets together and agrees that we really know enough and are prepared to go in that direction. I hope presenting this paper around the world will enable the global community of engineers to come together between now and then, understand what we need to do, and inspire young people to join us in this challenge, almost certainly the greatest humankind has ever faced. I'd like to thank all those organisations shown here for their tireless support and peer review of the paper. I would also like to give special thanks to Deborah Lamb, my researcher and project manager. And finally, I hope I've inspired you to go and read and use the paper that goes with this lecture.